At this point, Madam Chair, would you like to join me as we launch? So at this point, and with my senior colleague, I declare this Congress launched.
Congratulations. It's the first of its kind in our nation. We are proud of you. I'm looking forward to the day I walk to any of the pediatric units and I find you taking charge and doing what is expected of you. Congrats once again.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I would like to acknowledge the presence of any of our affiliate groups here. Do we have the ophthalmic nurses here? Thank you very much for coming. Please, we have representatives from the peri-operative nursing group. Any representative? How about the ENT nurses group? All right, thank you very much, ophthalmic nurses, for gracing this occasion for us. Thank you so much. We would like to take a fraternal message from him and then we'll move on to the rest.
The pediatric nurses group, I want to say we appreciate the good work you're doing for Mother Ghana and for our children in the country. We, the ophthalmic nurses group, are very grateful that we should be part of your maiden conference, and we wish you all the best. The ophthalmic nurses will not be able to function effectively without a collaboration with other post-basic and specialized groups that we have in the country. And we collaborate with the pediatric nurses group to be able to see to the welfare of our children, especially in relation to ensuring that they have good eyesight. When it comes to eye conditions like ophthalmia and nocturium, we collaborate with the pediatric nurses to be able to care for the children very well, that they got good sight. You know, when the chairperson was speaking, she said the pediatric nurses group are the group that will bring forth the next generation. And because of that, we have a responsibility to ensure that we prepare the children very well before they grow. And I believe that as our motto will say, sight is always life. It will be very difficult for a child who will grow without eyes. So we always want to, at all times, be in collaboration with the pediatric nurses group so that we can be able to see to the eyes of our children and ensure that they have good eyesight so that they can also have a meaningful life to themselves. All I want to say is, God bless you for coming together as nurses to champion the cause of seeing to our children and making sure that they grow to become good adults in life. Long live Pediatric Nurses Group, long live all specialized group, and long live God. God bless you.
I would like to go ahead and acknowledge the presence of some media houses here. We have personnel from Ghana News Agency, from TV3, Atinka FM, Class FM, and Ghana Online. So, our maiden conference is a mega one. It has been set So I'll call on Mrs. Grace Banks to introduce the international executives.
Any group that doesn't have a leader or leaders is sure to lose its way, isn't it? Yeah, so we are happy that we have leaders to lead us. In fact, I'm so excited about today's activity. I'm sure some of you in Kolebu know that my heart is attached to this program. It's actually my baby. I have so many babies, but I think this is my last baby, so I'm really attached to it. And I'm happy that we have people who can lead the group. Some leaders lead and they lead groups astray. But I have prayed and I'm confident in the Lord that these leaders will lead this group forever and ever. I mean, when they are leaving, they will leave a legacy that will make the group grow. So I would wish to call on Miss, or is it Mrs. Evelyn Kumar, the national president. If you can come up for. I'm sure most of you know her, but she's from Kolebu Teaching Hospital. And we have Mr. Peter Amwachumesi. And the Peters too. Yeah. So Peter is the vice president. He is from the NNTC Mampo. Then we have Esther Lee. I haven't seen her. Is she here? So Esther is the general secretary, and she is from Tamale. I'm sure most of you know Esther. Then we have Mariama Al-Hassan, the national treasurer. Is she here? If it were this, we would have called her Kwesibotre, but now it's what's the finance minister? Ken Oforiata. So we add Ken to your name, okay? Work so hard. We want the coffers to grow so that all the projects we tackle will prosper, okay? Then we have Millicent. Millicent, 9 months. She is the financial secretary. She's not here. Millicent. Yeah, so the two of you, I'm sure the finances of the group will get better and better and better. She is from Nsawam Government Hospital. Peter Zambian, Bangla. Which country? The national organizer. Peter, I think I will like to call it from Teaching Hospital. And we have Atinda Daniel. And Christine, I haven't seen Christine. Christine, Yeah, from Zebila. You know, I have friends from Zebila, so because we will talk about them. Yeah, so this is the national executive. It's not part of the agenda, but I think it's important. So shall we all stand up and pray for them? Our Heavenly Father, we thank you so much, so much for today. It's a day that, Lord, you have made, and we shall rejoice in it. We will never forget this day that you brought this group from wherever it has been these past years to this place, so that everyone will know that indeed pediatric nurses are there and they are working. They are not only working, but they are working effectively and conscientiously. Father, from today onwards, we are committing ourselves into your care, that we will work with passion and we will work with a difference. When we nurse every child, may your holy hands touch that child. Even if it is your will that that child should die, may the child die knowing that your angels on earth ministered unto him or her. Let this group be one that other groups will look up to and work as if they are working for you. Pray for committing this new executive into your hands. Lord, teach them what to do. Everyone you teach never goes astray. We want to come back here a year, 5 years, 10 years, to give accounts of our stewardship and know that indeed you led us and we have also been faithful to you. May your name be praised now and evermore. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Invited guests. Today, I'm deeply honored and thank each and every one of you that have supported, guided, and placed their faith in me. I'm truly grateful for this opportunity to represent our wonderful organization, Pediatric Nurses Group, as your first president. I'm humbled because of the title that I'm being honored with, but more so because of the caliber of people I am about to represent. We as pediatric nurses are fortunate to do work that really matters. Thomas Jefferson said, "Far and away, the best prize that life offers is the chance to work hard at work worth doing." It is a gift of life to do work that makes a difference and has a major impact on people, especially children, as we all work to promote quality and efficient pediatric care. And with the help of my able executives, we hope to change the face of this noble group. Thank you once again.
Moving on, we'll take a presentation by Nestle Ghana Limited. The presentation will be done by the Corporate Communications and Public Affairs Specialist, Mr. Benjamin Painzel.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, this presentation is about Nestle and what we do as a socially responsible company. We call this creating shared value. Okay, so an overview of this presentation. We will look at Nestle in general, our operation in Central and West Africa. Then we move on to look at some challenges within the region, which is Central and West Africa region. We will then look at our contribution to the global agenda as a global company, and also our actions, which is creating shared value. Now, Nestle, with over 150 years legacy in nutrition, health, and wellness across the world, is operational in over 24 countries in Central and West Africa, and this includes Angola and Congo. We started operation in Central and West Africa since 1957. Nestle 60 years in Ghana. We have our head in Accra. We have 8 factories and 3 co-packers. We also have 1 research and development center in Abidjan and over 6,700 employees. Also, I'm excited to say that 85% of Nestle's products produced are also sold within the continent. So Nestle contributes to our local economy. Now, we will quickly move on to look at some challenges that exist within Central and West African region. Nestle, as a global company, finds itself in a world where challenges exist. However, Nestle sees these challenges as opportunities to impact lives positively within our very society. What are some of the challenges? In Central and West Africa, when you look at rural development, a lot of challenges exist, particularly in the agricultural sector. It is estimated that just about 5% of workforce within the agricultural sector, across the world, are youth. It means that the agricultural sector has a declining workforce. It is older people who are seen as the resources for agriculture. Okay. Now, again, there are issues of infestations like mycotoxins in raw materials and produce, such as maize, in our local agri sector. These are some of the challenges. Also, there is low investment with regards to machinery. Okay, it means that the agricultural sector is really under-resourced in this country, in the continent as well. When it comes to water, sanitation, and electricity, water and sanitation are critical issues in our continent. In Ghana, a population of about 29 million, you can say that just about 20 to 27% have access to properly managed sanitation. For properly waste management services, we say about 15% do have access out of about 29 million people in this country. Now that is a challenge. When it comes to water, there are a lot more people living in rural communities that are deprived of access to clean water and sanitation. In the area of nutrition, which I believe you are more confident with, there are issues of stunting. Children do not have access to the right nutrients that will contribute to their growth and well-being. These are major challenges within the nutrition sector existing in the Central and West Africa region. Now let's look at what Nestle is doing to help contribute to government effort, ensure that we are finding solutions to complement government efforts, to help improve the nutritional value, to help improve livelihoods of people living in communities directly connected to our business. When we look at the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, 17, we can confidently say that Nestle contributes to about 15 of these United Nations Sustainable Development Goals in 3 broad areas: nutrition, water, rural development. As we go through this presentation, you will get to know a lot more of the things Nestle is doing to help improve livelihoods. Nestle has set 3 important ambitions for 2030. The first one, for individuals and families. Nestle aims to help 50 million children live healthier lives by 2030. Again, Nestle has another ambition to help 30 million people, to help improve livelihoods of 30 million people living in communities directly connected to its business activities. Also, Nestle wants to have 0 environmental impact in its operations by 2030. Recently, we announced another ambition to have our packaging 100% recyclable or reusable by 2025. And all these, with the actions behind these ambitions and the commitments, they contribute to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Now, creating shared value, nutrition, water, and rural development. At Nestle, we believe that we can create shared value by making societal challenges and business needs intersect. When it comes to water, like I said earlier, a lot more people do not have access to clean water and sanitation services, especially in our rural communities. What is Nestle doing? We have a global partnership with the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. In Ghana, we refer to them as Red Cross. Now, what we do is that we provide access to clean water, hygiene and sanitation services in rural communities, especially in cocoa growing communities. Remember, our creating shared value is, geared towards in making impact in communities that are directly connected to our business activities. Reason being that Nestle cannot do it all. And Nestle can create a shared value that will benefit the community that it operates in, as well as the company itself. Currently speaking, over 20,000 people in rural communities, cocoa growing communities, now have access to clean water and sanitary services, thanks to this partnership with the International Federation of Red Crescent and Red Cross Societies. Now, they say that charity begins at home. At Nestle, we take nutrition seriously, and as such, we help protect pregnant women in the workplace, okay, by giving them flexible working schedule. Also, we provide a conducive working environment for breastfeeding mothers. We have breastfeeding rooms, and it's not just in Nestle Ghana, it cuts across the region. Wherever Nestle is operational, we have instituted breastfeeding rooms for lactating mothers to be able to breastfeed. Moving on to fostering healthy diets and lifestyle in consumers. Nestle makes it a point as part of efforts to achieving its 2030 ambition to help 50 million live healthier lives by fortifying its products with necessary micronutrients needed for the growth and well-being of individuals and families. For instance, a product such as Milo is multi-micronutrient fortified. Realize that Nido is vitamin C fortified, Ideal vitamin D, and Maggi iodine and iron fortified. This we are doing because we realize that micronutrient deficiency is prevalent in Central and West Africa. And as a nutrition, health and wellness company, we believe that we have a role to play to ensure that we are helping to tackle the issue of micronutrient deficiency in Central and West Africa. Creating shared value in a nutshell: nutrition, water, and rural development. And Nestle, under nutrition, aside collaborations with authorities to help build capacity of healthcare professionals, with the Nestle Nutrition Institute Africa, we also have projects such as the Nestle for Healthier Kids, specifically designed to help parents, caregivers, teachers to foster good nutrition and wellness habits among school children of school-going age. Currently, we have a partnership with the Ministry of Education. With this partnership, we go to the rural communities. There are models such as healthy hydration, vegetable gardening, nutrition education in the classroom, physical activities, and all these are gearing towards instilling healthy eating habits among children of school-going age, not in Accra, but in rural and deprived communities. In the same vein, these communities will provide access to clean water and sanitary services. In the same community, under our rural development projects, where we have the Nestle Cocoa Plan and the Nestle Cereals Plan, we build capacity of the farmers to help them improve, for instance, in grain quality, in quality of cocoa beans. Okay, now, with all these three, it becomes a 360 approach. If the father is a farmer, the father is benefiting from the capacity building projects. So under the cereals plan and the cocoa plan, the community in which the father lives in, where Nestle sources cocoa, they are benefiting from water, sanitation, and hygiene services. Now, the cocoa farmer's child in school is learning about nutrition, is learning about how to stay healthy at all times. So at the end of the day, Nestle ensures that it impacts positively all round within the communities it operates. How does Nestle benefit? Nestle does all this. It influences the quality of raw materials produced in these communities. Therefore, Nestle is able to source locally. Nestle is able to source quality raw materials like maize free from aflatoxins, quality beans, and as such, Nestle does all this, contributes to the growth and the development of our local economy. Under the rural development, over 100,000 of farmers have been reached within the eastern region, Ashanti region, and the northern region. So cereals plant takes place in the northern part of Ghana, while cocoa plant takes place in the southern part of Ghana. This we do in partnership with USAID for cereals plant and the International Cocoa Initiative for the cocoa plant. Contributing to United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 6, which focuses on clean water and sanitation. Nestle has invested in about CHF 1.5 million wastewater treatment plants at the factory in Tema. This in Ghana cedis estimation around 3.5 million Ghana cedis. What it does is that this wastewater treatment plant recycles water used in the factory for non-core activities. So if you want to clean with water, you don't need to buy again. You would have to use the recycled one. You can use it for cooling purposes. At the wastewater treatment plant, you will see a fish pond over there, housing fishes. Now this fish pond, which houses the fishes, uses the recycled water. Now if the fishes can survive in the recycled water, it means that when the emissions are discharged into the environment, which means the Environmental Protection Agency standards, they can actually support soil life. So this is also gearing towards Nestle's 2030 ambition to have zero environmental impact in its operations by 2030. Also, in addition, with this investment, Nestle saves about 10% of water used every day in the factory. And as such, the factory does not compete with neighboring communities. Within the Tema community, Nestle does not compete with residents for water because Nestle ensures that it uses water sufficiently to contribute to the UN Sustainable Development Goal 6. Future outlook. Continuously, at Nestle, we have a purpose. And that purpose is enhancing quality of life and contributing to a healthier future. Everything we do is geared towards this particular purpose. And with our values, rooted in respect. Respect for ourselves, respect for others, respect for diversity, and respect for the future. If we respect the future, we ensure that the resources available to us, we protect the resources, we use the resources tangibly, and ensure that the future generation can also benefit from the resources we are using today. Our environment is critical. Something I would like to add before I bring my presentation to a close. It is about nutrition. Our focus is not just nutrition. We also want to contribute to creating a sustainable environment for each and everyone. That is why we have formed a coalition under the auspices of the Association of the Ghana Industries called the Ghana Recycling Initiative by Private Enterprises. This comprises of 8 companies, including Nestle, Unilever, Guinness Ghana, Dow Chemical, Coca-Cola, and Fan Milk. What we are doing is that we are advocating for plastic waste management, finding second life solutions for plastics. We are currently working on rolling out a project where we are looking at using plastics to create modified concrete blocks with plastics. And these blocks will be used to build sanitary facilities in deprived communities. So it is not only about nutrition, it is about health, wellness, and societal development. In a nutshell, this is Nestle, and this is how we create shared value in the communities where we operate. Thank you.
Not leave without taking the chairperson's closing remarks. But before then, I would like to encourage all of us, those who haven't done their registration yet, you can please register at the back with Sister Millicent and Mariama before we close.
Too soon, the program is about to end. And we must congratulate ourselves. We've done so well, isn't it?
Yes, we have.
And today is a very happy day for me in particular. But I believe you are also as happy as I am. There are a few things that I want to comment on from the various presenters. I want to comment on Jane. She mentioned professionalism when she was giving her greetings. Yeah. And I think as nurses, what sets us apart from anybody else is our profession, isn't it? The way we comport ourselves, the way we even talk, the way we eat, everything about us is very important. That is what makes us different from any other profession. Otherwise, we would all be equal, so to speak. But as nurses, and for that matter, as pediatric nurses, there is the need for us to be professional in whatever we do. I just want to cite just one example to make this point I'm stressing on relevant to all of us. I visit the children's block very much. In fact, it happened to be one of the departments I worked most during my days at Kolebu. I mean, my first days, not the second coming. Yes, so I have an attachment to the place. And each time I go there, I find something quite new and interesting. And you know, when you go with a baby, that as a mother or grandmother, you perceive not to be well, and you may even be thinking that your child or grandchild is about to die. That's what comes to your mind. So the first person that meets you, the way the person reacts to you is very, very important for you, because you are a professional, you know the state of the child, and you may think there's nothing so serious with the child. But to a mother or a grandmother or a caretaker, she is seeing something different. So how you relate to that person has a lasting impression on the person. Otherwise, whatever else you do doesn't make meaning to the person. So that's the professionalism aspect that Jane mentioned. Should be, I mean, because we have seen it over and over and over, it doesn't mean anything to us. But as parents, you come with a child that you think is dying. The person who receives you can make you, the mother, also ill or something. So let's take note of it. The way we talk to them and all that. So that's for professionalism and what I captured from Jane. Then from Madame Rector, my sister Hannah. I have only one sister and she's Hannah, so I don't play with her at all. And she is the senior, so she's always my senior. Yes. Yes. She said so many things. I have captured them. But what really struck me is the fact that about 7,000 newborns die every day worldwide. And I was just sitting here and looking at pregnancy, what you go through during pregnancy. Sometimes we think the fathers don't feel it. They feel it even more than the pregnant mother. Then you, for whatever reason, you lose your child. It's not a pleasant thing at all. So I just want to pick this one. As much as it depends on us, some of the decisions are taken by the Lord himself. But as long as it depends on us, I'll just entreat all of us that we should pray that no child dies because you didn't do what you ought to do. So you carry that burden. Sometimes it goes off for a while, but forever throughout your life, you carry that burden. Your conscience from time to time will prick you and ask you, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Maybe nobody even saw you do anything wrong, but you yourself will carry that burden for the rest of your life. So please, as far as we are concerned, let's pledge to ourselves that if any child we handle should die, that child dies because he or she has to die, but not that we were negligent in any way. Thank you. There's one last thing. I think it's about the Nestle presentation. How can we improve the situation we find ourselves? I mean, sometimes we have so much to say about the economy that the very little things that we even do to make situations better, we overlook them. And from Mr. The name just escaped me, the young man's presentation. Mr. Painter, Dr. Painter, I shouldn't forget you. From the presentation, what I gathered was that if we may not see it, but sanitation plays a major role in whatever we do, in our hospitals, in our clinics, wherever. A little dust may cause such a big problem for a child. We deal with children, so that is why I picked this out to talk about it. Sanitation is very important. If the orderly is not doing what he should do, make sure he does it. He may scold you or insult you or whatever, but the ultimate thing is that you have achieved what you ought to achieve. That is what is important. He may insult you today, but when he gets home and it hits him, he may even come back to say he was sorry for what he said to you. So let's make this important. So many things were said. If I'm to comment on each of them, we won't leave here today. So whatever you remember, try to practice it. We'll meet again surely and take stock of today's activities and see where we have gotten to. And if there are improvements, so we will still work at them. Life, as far as life goes on, we still have much to improve upon. So thank you very much, all of you, for coming. I have enjoyed being with you today. Anytime you feel like calling me, just call me. I'm just in the house. So I'll come to cheer you up. We need cheering ourselves up. This job that we do, Christ himself would have done it if we were alive physically. So we need to cheer each other up so that we do it and do it well. So I know we can get some compensations here, but the greater rejoicing will be in heaven, isn't it? Do you believe it? Yes.
The next part will be meeting with just the pediatric nurses for the second part. So to end the first part, we'll have our sister Portia Ago to give us a vote of thanks.
Our first thanks goes to our Almighty God for giving us such a bright weather, leading us all here safely. So we say, Father, we are so grateful. And this thanks goes to Madam Chairperson for letting us know that we are going to save the future of the country and telling us that, look, I'm selfless, I'm ready. Madam Chairperson, we are so grateful. Thank you very much. And then our guest speaker, it was good seeing you. Thank you so much. She has given us a reminder of our roles and responsibilities in making time out of a busy schedule to spend time with us. Madam guest speaker, Mrs. Hannah Akwa, we are grateful. Thank you very much. And Secretary Rep, forgotten the name, but thank you for being with us, leaving everything you are doing just to come and see what we are doing, our maiden Congress. We are so grateful. To our interim executives, wonderful work done. We say thank you so much. Of all the groups that were invited, it was only ophthalmic. We are so grateful for coming. Thank you so much. Those who work at the background, there are so many people who have done a lot of things to make what we are seeing a reality. We want to say thank you. And to all of us pediatric nurses from both far and near, some are coming from Bimbila and all that, Accra, everywhere. We say thank you very much. Those are amazing. We hope we will continue. I equal to all of you. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. We'll call our brother Engelbert and Tom back, taking my time to mention the name, to give us our closing prayer.
Say that you are good and all the miracles that has brought us God. We are changed, and all the hope we have, we place in you right now. Father, we declare now, Father, we declare that we love you. We declare our everlasting love. Lord, we thank you this day. It's not by our might or power, but it's by the goodness of you, the Most High God, that we are experiencing this. We thank you for the life of our guests who are here in our midst and share these inspirational words with us. We thank you for the life of all those who came from far and near to witness this occasion. Our prayer is that as we depart here, not your presence, keep taking care of our hands that care for these children and give us more inspiration. We commit the life of all the executive into your hands. Give them special understanding to be able to drive this unit forward to the glory of your name. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.